Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thanks for joining us for the adventure as we continue to make the apocalypse fun. There's a lot of things that just aren't fun going on in the world. And so we're going to share some of those with you today, but we'll share it in a really fun way.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's been an amazing morning already. I was not aware of this son of the Hamas founder, but he was on Fox News, I don't know, 45 minutes ago or so. And he is very anti-Hamas.
Yes, he is.
The son of the Hamas founder disavows Hamas completely.
Wholeheartedly.
Backs Israel in what they're doing. Suggests Israel's not even doing enough right now to get rid of Hamas. And you would think he would know. He grew up with it and didn't like them at all.
Yeah,
didn't like them, didn't like their tactics.
That was my favorite line from him when he said, I grew up with them and I didn't like them.
Yeah, yeah. His name is Mossab Hassan Youssef. And again, his dad was the founder of Hamas. Not only is he anti-Hamas, he's renounced Islam for Christianity. How is this guy still alive?
That's a good question.
I mean, you remember Salman Rushdie, who just wrote a book about Islam, said some things they didn't like about the Prophet Muhammad. And there was immediately a jihad on him. They ordered the murder of this guy. And it took them a while, but they eventually did it.
Hell, the French newspaper posted a comic.
Right.
A cartoon.
Forgot about that. Wow, jeez. And so this guy, renouncing Hamas, going on network television or cable news and renouncing him and saying Israel's not doing enough, that's a courageous man. Wow. Now, we already tried to book him this morning. There seems to be a slight fee involved. So I hope he's sincere, and I think he is, but he's also, he's got to make a living.
Right.
First of all.
What are we even talking about here?
Right.
He's renounced Islam. He's become a Christian. He's supposed to be broke?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're not a Christian unless you're broke.
Okay.
Right. The Democrats would have us believe that. They think that's what Christianity is all about. Just being poor and not trying to make money. That's really bad. Don't try to make money. Wow, there's, really ugly things happening. Terrorist attack in Brussels. Show us cut one. This is Brussels, Belgium. And this stuff is going on. Is this the guy that was screaming Allahu Akbar? Yeah. So he's yelling the typical, stereotypical thing and then shooting people. How many people did he get there? Like, I think he killed 2. Yeah. Really sad. But we need to crack down on this. And there's still people who are all about Hamas and the Palestinians. They desperately want Israel to back off, to leave it alone, to roll over and play dead, and just succumb to the terrorism.
Well, one of those people would probably be our president.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Joseph Robinette Biden.
He's trying to make us believe he wholeheartedly supports Israel. Oh, my gosh. There's nothing I support more than Israel.
That's correct.
Nobody supports Israel more than me. In fact, I think he said, you've heard Jeff Fisher in the Dallas area say that nobody supports zoos more than he does.
That would be awesome.
I feel that same way about Israel.
That would be awesome.
Because I love... Anyway, I've said too much. But,
I would love
okay, so he just went and sat down with Benjamin Netanyahu and said all the right things. Well, at first. And then he went on to say a bunch of wrong things, wrong-headed nonsense.
And then yesterday, his speech before leaving, And then he talked to the press on Air Force One, which was agonizing. And the good news is he hasn't said enough. So he's supposed to have a speech tonight.
From the Oval Office.
On Ukraine. And,
should be interesting.
It will be very interesting.
I think that's at 8 o'clock Eastern.
But he spoke his speech yesterday. The one thing, and I know that on this show, people believe that I'm a Joe Biden apologist, but I think sometimes we need to maybe take it easy
on the apologizing for the guy.
Yeah. No.
Take it easy on Biden.
I'm beating him up.
Oh, okay.
Because I know the headline yesterday was all about, Biden said he was born in Israel. Another issue. I was born in Israel.
Okay, listen to this. We want to be truthful, and we want to call him out when he deserves it, but listen to this.
Be a safe place for the Jewish people of the world.
He's talking about Israel. Israel needs to be a safe place for the Jews of the world.
Be a safe place for the Jewish people of the world. That's where I was born.
Okay, everybody's saying he said...
That's where I was born.
That's where I was born.
Yeah, I mean, that went crazy yesterday.
Where I was born. Well, I mean, I wish he'd been born in Israel, because that would preclude him from being president of the United States. That would fulfill a big-time dream of mine.
And that's where I thought he probably meant reborn.
Yeah,
Israel.
But no. It does sound like he's saying that, but he's not. Listen again.
Be a safe place for the Jewish people of the world. That's where I was born.
That's where I was born.
That's
why it was born, is what he's saying there. Because we all know he was born in the arms of African Americans, while Hispanics were serenading him at his birth, and it all happened at a synagogue with a bunch of Jews, and there were Greeks there and Italians and the Irish.
I believe he was. There were some Puerto Ricans involved.
Oh, that's right. Far be it from me to forget about Puerto Rico, which is the heart of the United States of America.
Thank you. The key.
Yeah, the key to it, really.
Is that what it's called?
Where our very own Chris Cruz hails from. So we don't want to forget that. But, just to remind you of Biden's ancestry, he's been there and he's done that, believe me.
Of Putin's kleptocracy.
Well.
My legislation says there can be no more than 8.
Okay, this is the wrong. That's not the right thing.
I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid.
Okay, here we go.
I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter, so
right.
I got a little Italian in me now.
A little Italian in me. That's
But everybody in town was either Polish or Italian.
Okay,
I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an SKI or another.
Okay, so for the Polish, and if he's talking to Greeks...
And for the Senate seat when I was 29 years old,
right.
It was because I started calling me Joe Bidenopoulos.
Right.
Because, you think I'm kidding. I'm not.
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home.
There you go.
Politically. And so we came here for a long time. I got raised in the black church. He knows I'm not kidding. I got my education.
Not kidding.
For real.
For real.
In the black church.
Right.
And that's not hyperbole. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
I probably went to shul more than many of you did.
All right, so the popular sentiment was that he did it again, this time just saying he was born in Israel,
right.
But that's not what he did. I wish he had said that,
know.
but darn it.
And he's from Boston, right? From the area of Boston, like the prime minister of the island, the Cook Island.
Right.
Oh, yes.
All right. We can't forget that. Yes, that's right.
Oh, this guy.
It's incredible. It depends on who he's speaking to. That will correspond to where he's from and, the biggest influences in his life.
Absolutely. He did lie to us yesterday. Again, another story that he
Did he?
told, and he just lied to us again on his prime minister story.
The gold of my ear thing.
Yes. So go ahead.
Do we have
this
that?
This is his speech leaving.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Cut 8. And just the guy.
Check this out.
So let me end where I began.
Okay.
Israel, you're not alone. The United States stands with you.
Kind of.
I've told the story before, and I'll tell it again, of my
you sure will.
first meeting with an Israeli prime minister 50 years ago as a young senator. I was sitting across from Golda Meir at her desk in her office. And she had a guy who later became prime minister, sitting next to me.
A guy named,
and he couldn't.
I can't remember the name.
Could not name
Could
him.
not remember the name.
Is it not in front of him on the teleprompter? Is he ad-libbing this speech?
I don't know.
I don't know how many times the guy's got to be told, "Sir, Mr. President, don't ad-lib. Don't."
Well, I can do it because I've told this story before, and I'll tell it again. And all right, let's wait. Go back to the beginning because I want to let this soak in. He's okay. So he was called to this meeting by Golda Meir, who was the prime minister of Israel, and he's sitting next to a future prime minister of Israel whose name he can't remember. There was a man,
right? Is he talking about Netanyahu?
I don't know.
Listen to this.
I don't know.
So let me end where I began. Israel, you're not alone. The United States stands with you. I told the story before, and I'll tell it again, of my first meeting with an Israeli prime minister 50 years ago as a young senator. I was sitting across from Golda Meir at her desk in her office. And she had a guy who later became prime minister, sitting next to me.
Priceless.
Just before the 1973 Yom Kippur War.
Oh, pause it for a second. He usually attributes it to the 6-Day War. He got it right this time.
Did he?
Well, he said this. The
he did.
Yom Kippur War.
Here he did.
Go ahead. Did he? Okay, let's hear the rest.
Telling me how bad things were and how terrible they were. All of a sudden, she looked at me. She said, "Would you like a photograph?"
What?
I looked at her. She got up from her desk and walked out into that hallway. I think it's marble flooring. Walked out in the hallway.
That's an important detail.
Walked down there.
Pause it for a second. I always want to know the flooring that is holding up the president as he's speaking to another world leader. Is it marble? Is it wood? Is it linoleum? Is it some sort of laminate? I need to know that detail because it could be carpeting. Yeah, you're right, Chris. I've forgotten about carpeting. So what is? I hate everything he does. Everything he does. All right,
I think it was marble.
Let's see this on his marble floor. What else he had to say?
We're standing shoulder to shoulder. Without her looking at me, she said to me, knowing I'd hear her, "Why do you look so worried, Senator Biden?" And I said, "Worried? Like, of course I'm worried."
Of course.
And she looked at me and she didn't look. She said, "Don't worry, Senator."
Pause it. I like that.
She looked at me, but she didn't look.
Wait, what? She looked at you, but she didn't.
You know how you look at people, but you don't look at them?
Yeah, no, I don't know how you do that.
Really?
No, really. Yeah. All right. Let's see the rest.
To have a secret weapon. We have nowhere else to go.
Okay.
Well, today, I say to all of Israel, the United States isn't going anywhere either. We're going to stand with you. We'll walk beside you in those dark days. And we'll walk beside you in the good days to come. And they will come. As you say in Hebrew, which I'm not going to attempt to do because I'm such a terrible linguist.
And everything else.
I'll say it in English. The people of Israel live. The people of Israel live. Israel will be safe, secure, Jewish, and democratic state. Today, tomorrow, and forever. May God protect all those who work for peace. God save those who are still in harm's way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, what is your red line that would prompt U.S. military involvement in this war?
Right. I'm not going to listen to you as I try to wander around.
He did say He did say the.
Yeah, he said Yom Kippur.
Yeah, he did say that.
He did get that because he usually attributes it to the 6-Day War.
Yes, he does.
In 1967, but he didn't this time. So at least that sunk in. How about that? How about that? I like the ending too because I thought he was going this way.
All right. God save the Queen, man.
I thought that's what he, but he didn't. It would have been a nice touch at the end had he done that.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, man. This guy is unbelievable. So he said all that. And then afterwards, we're going to have to get into what transpired.
Oh, some of what he said prior.
It's madness.
Prior to that. In the
prior
speech.
And post.
Oh, my God.
It's incredible. First, let me take a minute to tell you about an organization that still backs Obamacare. Gun control, extreme transgender policies that endanger our kids. And while this organization claims to be bipartisan or nonpartisan, the truth is that last year, 95% of their donations went to Democrats. That, of course, is the AARP, one of the most liberal organizations that you can subscribe to and pay money to. They don't represent the values of Americans and America's seniors. But fortunately, there is a conservative alternative. It's AMAC, A-M-A-C, the Association of Mature American Citizens, proudly championing Americans' rights to free speech, religious liberty, the Second Amendment. AMAC is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization. They defend parents' rights to protect their kids. They're also fighting to restore America's election integrity. Super important. AMAC is pushing back against the efforts to defund police, weaken our borders, and indoctrinate and corrupt our children. With more than 2 million members nationwide, AMAC is pro-faith, pro-family, pro-freedom, but they can't do it alone. They need your donation to keep going. Let's send AARP a strong message. This isn't really a donation. It is a subscription to something that's going to help you out, because joining AMAC gives you access to special low rates on cell phones and plans, health and wellness products, travel and lodging, vision, dental, and prescription drugs. So join today and send AARP a really strong message that they don't represent you. Join AMAC by going to amac.us/Pat. That's AMAC, amac.us/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
More fun with Joe Biden from yesterday. Whew.
I know. And one of the things that really frustrated me was his... Well, before we get to the most frustrating thing, because there are a number of them.
Yes, there are.
We'll start with cut 10, as he wants to preach the two-state solution again.
Keep in mind, he's just been speaking with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Correct.
Who, under no uncertain theories or thoughts, he has no way ever supported the two-state solution. In no way does he support that. And I'm sure he probably made that clear at some point to Joe Biden. So what does Joe Biden say? He says this.
That's why, as hard as it is, we must keep pursuing peace. We must keep pursuing a path so that Israel and the Palestinian people can both live safely, in security, in dignity, and in peace.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For me, that means a two-state solution.
No.
We must keep working for Israel's greater integration with its neighbors.
Yeah.
These attacks have only strengthened my commitment and determination and my will to get that done. I'm here to tell you the terrorists will not win. Freedom will win.
Yeah.
Powerful, wasn't it? Look, there might be a time to talk about the two-state solution. This is not that time. Today is not the day. Yesterday was not the day. Leave that alone for now, but no. He's got to talk two-state solution and support for Palestinians on this occasion.
Right. And I will say
it's despicable.
It absolutely is. But he'll think, oh, I said for me.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
I know Netanyahu doesn't want it. I get it. I said for me.
Right.
Okay. But then he announced something yesterday that I cannot believe how angry it made me.
But really? You were angry over something Joe Biden said?
I was.
Interesting.
I was like, what? What are we doing? It's like, anyway, his talk on aid, cut 9.
This is good stuff.
People of Gaza need food, water, medicine, shelter.
Pause it for a second.
Today,
do they? Yeah, every person on earth needs all those things. Israel is blockading Gaza right now. So you're going to counteract that by providing them with all the things Israel's trying to keep out of that area? I mean, if you support Israel, support them. There's a reason they're doing this. They're trying to make things tough on Hamas. And it will be tough on Hamas because the Palestinians will demand that they stop doing what they're doing. This is the whole point of this operation. We don't ever want to be attacked like this again. This thing, percentage-wise, is something like 20 times the impact of 9/11.
Well, he calls
for
it
us.
He calls it. I think Biden called it in one of the clips that we have 15 9/11s.
15, okay, 15 times.
Biden called it.
Yeah, I mean and it will probably turn out to be even more than that. Proportionally, this is a country of 9 million people. When you lose 1,500. That's a bigger percentage than losing 3,000 out of 300 million.
Yeah.
So, and that's not to diminish the impact of 9/11. We all know where Americans stand on that and how we feel about that. But this is not the time to be doing this stuff. This is not the place. It's not the time. And it's just wrong-headed policy, as always. So he fakes that he's a big supporter of Israel and everything they're doing. And on the other hand, he's stabbing them in the back.
Yep. He continues.
Yeah, okay.
People of Gaza need food, water, medicine, shelter.
Yeah.
Today I asked the Israeli cabinet, who I met with for some time this morning, to agree to the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza.
Oh.
Based on the understanding that there will be inspections and that the aid should go to civilians, not to Hamas.
No, thank you.
Israel agreed the humanitarian assistance can begin to move from Egypt to Gaza. Let me be clear. If Hamas diverts or steals the assistance, they will have demonstrated once again that they have no concern for the welfare of the Palestinian people.
Oh, no.
And it will end. As a practical matter, it will stop the international community from being able to provide this aid.
Yeah. I thought,
what are you going to do about it?
I thought he said in that clip, I thought he told us how much he was giving because he just, you know what, we'll give you $100 million.
$100 million
$100 million
in aid is going to the Palestinians right now at this time.
What are we
Incredible.
doing?
I don't know.
And I made it clear to Hamas that...
What are you going to do about it when they divert those funds? They will divert those funds to themselves. And the effort to destroy Israel. That's what they're going to do. And everybody
their
knows
goal.
It is. Yeah. And they've stated it. They don't hedge that feeling at all. They make no bones about it. And they've never backtracked on that.
Nope.
So what are you going to do when all of that $100 million is diverted to their own needs? Well, he's not going to do anything about it. There's nothing you can do about it. That's why you shouldn't be giving them the aid right now.
Couldn't believe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is.
Money. The Palestinians' money.
That's incredible.
It's just.
It's incredible.
Mind-boggling to me. And then at the end, he took no questions. And I will say, I can't tell if he knew how to get off the stage or not.
Okay.
But it was a good look.
Let's see.
For our president.
Is this what?
No, this is another time. Okay, stop for just a second. This is another time prior to this speech where he does appear to be completely lost. Okay, so at the end of the speech, he just walks off and he looks dumb.
Yeah.
But here with Blinken and whatever group of people they're at, he is completely lost.
Let's see it. You can hear that sound coming out of his voice.
Well, Blinken's like right over here.
Oh, yep. Look at a
couple of times. I mean, Blinken is like,
why didn't you keep the camera on him?
Because they know.
That sucks. I want to see that because Blinken reached over and grabbed him by the arm.
2 times Blinken's
to
like right
lead
over here.
him out because he's lost. Watch it again. Incredible. And then watch
the first time right here.
Here he is, trying to get him. All right, come with me. Hey, stupid, come with me. And then they pan away.
I think you can hear Blinken saying,
he does.
Hey, stupid.
I just read his lips. Hey, stupid, come with me. I can't take it. It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
It is.
Wow. So we got the tired old Golda Meir story. We got the 2-state solution. We got the fact that he's lost, doesn't know where he is, where to go, what to do. Again, do we have the one where he wanders off after the speech?
I don't think so.
We don't have that one.
I don't think so.
Too bad. Wow. But there's still much more.
Oh, my gosh.
He also talked about getting people out.
Well, he came when they landed in Germany, he went back to talk to the press on Air Force One. And he had his cute little jumpsuit shirt on. And
a jumpsuit shirt?
Yeah, a little... Well, I call it one of those little velour shirts, but I don't think that's what it was, actually.
All right.
But it was just a little zip-up shirt, It's fine. He's on Air Force One. There's no reason for him to look presidential.
No.
And he's just going back to talk to the press. During this whole time, Blinken is behind him in this little hallway doorway, and the whole time you can feel Blinken thinking, what am I doing here? What am I doing? And he's a nightmare himself. So, and he's even having a tough time. And KJP is there behind him as well. I don't know. KJP looks a little haggard.
So we've got 3 of the sharpest people on earth right here in this clip.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
All these clips
That's
on Air
exciting.
Force One.
Is this
all
cut,
these clips are
Is this
there.
cut 19
so
that you're talking
you can
about?
just go down the list.
All right,
man.
let's go to cut 19. And let's see what happened here.
Virtually every mass shooting, every circumstance where a large number of people have been victimized.
Pause it. I love that Blinken is peeking over his shoulder there in the background. The thing is, nobody can be that far from him because they know they're going to have to save him from himself at some point. He's either going to be lost or start saying something stupid or lose his train of thought, and they got to make the exit.
And KJP is behind him. You can't see her.
She should be behind the other shoulder. That would be fun.
She is.
You got Blinken on one and her in the other.
Just keep an eye out. She's there.
All right.
She's there.
Let's check it out.
I spoke with her. I learned a long time ago that you all learned.
Oh, yeah.
He's lost.
Hello?
If someone's going through something that is beyond their comprehension, they've ever thought they'd have to go through.
Man.
If they see someone who they think understands or maybe been through something not the same but similar, it gives them some sense of hope. And I always get criticized sometimes by my staff because when I go to these events, I stay for 3 to 4 hours and answer all their questions. But it matters. It matters a lot. And look, I'm talking, some of you have gone through a hell of a lot more than I've gone through.
Right.
A lot more than other people have gone through. And you understand.
Look.
So it's just
what are you babbling about?
He has no idea.
Something that gives them some sense of hope. And that's...
Wow.
If I can do a little bit of that, then it's worth doing. It's done for me. So,
there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Leader of the free world. Leader of the free world. Is that great?
There's some other clips on Air Force One standing there where he's talking to him.
He's just babbling. He's not saying anything. And then he loses his train of thought. He's got to go down a different road. He has no idea what he's saying or where he's going with any of this. He's just trying to show you that,
look, I can talk for 90 seconds consecutively.
Yep.
You won't understand any of it because I don't either. But I can do it. That's how vigorous I am. Nobody in the White House can keep up with me. I'm too sharp. I'm too smart. I'm too strong. I'm too fast.
It's incredible. It's incredible. All right, we got about a minute. What else fits in here?
All right, just go with the cut 15 then on getting people out because he went there and didn't bring anybody back except for the people he brought with him.
Here it is.
What about getting people out? We got people evacuate.
The answer is we're going to get people out, but I'm not going to go into any detail with you now.
Yeah.
That pissed him off.
Well, look at so
that pissed him off.
Play this again now. Hold on before you play it though. But Corrine does not want to talk about getting people out at all.
No,
she's like, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that.
Right.
And they want to get him out of there.
We'll show you that again after the break because we got to spend some time on this. This guy. Is anybody watching this thinking, yeah, he's in great condition for another term? Is anybody thinking that? Wow. We'll get to that next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Little Halloween fun for you. Get you in the mood. What, 12 days away now? It's getting close.
Yeah.
Getting close. Let me take just a minute and remind you that if you're suffering from low energy or brain fog, which I have this very morning, as a matter of fact, or unexplained extra flab, I wouldn't point any fingers at anybody. I'm not pointing it because we don't tolerate fat shaming on this show. I won't abide it. But the problem could be, Jeffy, your liver. You know, you might not know it, but your liver is a foundation for good health. It performs more than 500 key functions, like filtering toxins, breaking down nutrients, and it keeps cholesterol in check. But over time, your liver can start to wear down when you start hitting it with all kinds of things that, you know, you probably shouldn't be hitting it with. And that's when you get energy crashes, belly fat, and trouble with memory and concentration. Fortunately, there's a simple solution. It's called Liver Health Formula. Contains 11 powerful herbs and nutrients clinically proven to recharge and revitalize your liver. It also helps protect against fatty liver, which is a silent epidemic affecting 100 million Americans. Liver Health Formula. It's manufactured in the United States. It's approved by American doctors. And as a listener to this show and viewer, you can try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of nano-powered omega-3 to keep your heart and brain healthy when you order today. So go to getliverhelp.com/Pat. Claim your free bonus gifts. Again, that's getliverhelp.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
A few tweets here for you. Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures tweets. Salman Rushdie is still around. They stabbed him in the eye recently, which is probably what you were. That's exactly what we were
I know.
About. That's right.
We
I
killed
forgot
him off.
He survived.
He got stabbed in the right eye and damaged his left hand.
Oh boy. So stabbing you in the eye damages your hand?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
Kind of weird.
That is. He's in the process. We hopefully, I don't know when it comes out. Oh, it's out already, I think. I think it's
his
out.
book?
The new book, Knife, Meditations After an Attempted Murder.
Huh.
I mean, the Khomeini must be a little upset because I thought the Khomeini had the old fatwa on him for years, right?
Yeah, they did. They did.
And he lived in isolation forever. So sorry about it, Salman.
Guy's resilient, but you did blind him, I guess. Blinded by the knife, not the light. He was, again, blinded by the knife.
Yeah, and then that hurts your hand. So...
So we've got thoughts going out to Salman.
Yeah, sorry. We didn't mean to kill you off. Although I still think you're dead.
Occam's Electric Razor tweets, Paul said in the 1 Corinthians, remember the Trump thing was the 2 Corinthians are walking into a bar and they say to, Paul,
anyway, I've said too much.
Look.
In 1 Corinthians that he became all things to all people to reach them. I'm sure Joey is just trying to live like Paul because he's a good Catholic. That's a beautiful way to spin it. Wifey, yeah, Joe, don't try another language. He was going to do Hebrew, but then he didn't. He has enough trouble with English. Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
From Dirty Mule, the most telling thing about the Biden clip is that he was a young senator 50 years ago. Get out of office!
Please. We can't do another 5 years.
No way.
It can't happen. And I don't think he can do it, but we can't.
We cannot do it. And I don't think he can do it. He's gone downhill so quickly lately.
Dramatically.
It's amazing.
And I think it's because it actually, I do honestly believe that it's because he has so much on his plate. I mean, he is the president of the United States. Mm-hmm. That's not an easy gig.
No, it's not.
Right? And look at the wear and tear it has on younger
Yeah.
Men and
Look at
women.
Obama.
Although we don't allow women.
Do you remember the Obama thing? He went into office with this dark hair, black hair,
dreads.
Yeah,
and then
right.
He came out with
and then he went gray pretty quick once all that responsibility started weighing down on him.
Yeah. So I mean, this past week has been, he's been crazy. I mean, even Scott Pelley tried to, cover some ground with him that he's busy directing all of this, and he looked tired.
Yep. All right. 888-900-3393 from Patriot Tex. All I know is that yesterday was the day our democracy almost died. Right, because they surrounded the Capitol.
We'll get to the protest. We're going to
get into
clips
that
of the protests and what happened and what should have happened. And I mean, my gosh, we're all for the Palestinians. And
$100 million in aid going to the Palestinians right now at this time. Despicable.
How does he just give our money away?
Despicable.
Like that?
How
does he just give $100 million?
Because he doesn't care about it. He doesn't care. And by the way, we don't have that kind of money. We don't have it. We're in the hole to begin with, and then we're just spreading hundreds of millions, if not billions, all over the world, just at the drop of a hat. Here you go. Here's another 100 billion here. Here's another 10 billion over there. Now, this is only going to be 250 million.
He's going to come on tonight and beg for more money.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, and they want to tie together the Ukrainian
how important it is
and Israeli
that we give all this money and aid to Ukraine and Israel. No.
But he's going to do it. Also, yesterday he talked about the hospital bombing.
He did, but can we replay the "Get People Out" first again?
Okay,
the one we played going into the bottom because KJP is like, we're not answering. We can't answer that. We can't answer that. Get anything, and they got to get him away from them on that question about getting people out.
What about getting people out? Guys, we got people evacuated.
The answer is we're going to get people out, but I'm not going to go into any detail with you now.
All right, we got to wrap up, guys.
And again, pissed him off.
We got to wrap up.
How dare you even ask me about getting Americans out? How dare you? You know we failed miserably in Afghanistan, and you're reminding everybody about that and making us look bad by asking the question. Get off me. That's basically,
yeah.
The guy can't control his emotions anymore.
No, he cannot. And so then when asked about the hospital bombing, he starts babbling and then tries to cover both sides again. He's trying to play both sides and gives an old adage. And you're like, wait, what?
Cut 16.
How about the hospital, sir? People all over the region are upset about the hospital and don't necessarily believe you or the Israelis that they didn't have anything to do with it. Do you have a message to the people in the streets right now?
Well, I can understand why in this circumstance they wouldn't believe. I can understand that. But
why?
I would not, you notice I don't say things like that unless I have faith in the source from which I've gotten them. Our Defense Department says it's highly unlikely that it was Israelis, but if a different footprint, and they've intercepted some anyway. So that's why, if you notice, I didn't say it at first.
Wow.
I wanted to make sure that I knew. And look. And I'm not suggesting that Hamas deliberately did it either.
No, of course not.
You got to learn how to shoot straight.
Like the old saying, you got to learn how to shoot straight.
Yeah, because if they would have shot straight, they would have killed Israelis instead of Palestinians.
But I'm not saying they did it on purpose.
And why? Why aren't you saying that?
Right.
Like they're above that? Absolutely
and
not.
And he stopped himself short talking about the audio that Israel had proving that it was Hamas that shot the rocket by the hospital. And by the way, I think they just shot the parking lot of the hospital, too. We're finding out now, right? It wasn't specifically the hospital. Anyway, it's maddening. It's maddening. And like the old adage, Pat, like they always say, you gotta learn how to shoot straight.
Yep. Man, if I had a nickel for every time they've said that. Because they say that all the time. Got to learn how to shoot straight. Especially when it applies to terrorists firing at civilian targets. That's great. That's wonderful. All right, let me take a minute to tell you about the global supply chain of medication, antibiotics, we've already had some problems, some issues with all kinds of different medicines. If you go to your local pharmacy and ask them for certain things, well, that your doctor is helping you with, a lot of times you'll hear, "Yeah, we're out of that. We can order that, but we don't have that right now." I've heard that multiple times. Jeffy's heard that multiple times.
Absolutely.
It is happening. You don't want to be caught like that when you've got some sort of bacterial infection. That's where the Jace case from Jace Medical comes in. It comes with a flight of 5 separate antibiotics in this little case. And so even if the supply chain does have a disruption, you're prepared. Or if you're out of town, you don't have access to your pharmacy and your doctor, you're prepared. It's just a great thing to do. Prepare for the worst, hope and pray for the best. And so this will treat, skin infections, sinusitis, UTIs, all kinds of different bacterial infections. It's a great way to be ready for anything. So go to jacemedical.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout. Promo code PAT at jacemedical.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
There was also one of these clips where he was very blunt.
Yeah, we can wrap up him on Air Force One.
Yeah,
I'll get him.
Let's just take care of these last couple.
And then it was how he just abruptly stopped. But we'll get the blunt clip. Absolutely.
Cut 17.
You said you were very blunt with the Israelis on the need to get humanitarian aid to Gaza, or what exactly?
On everything. No, I was very blunt about the need to support getting humanitarian aid to Gaza. Get it to Gaza and do it quickly.
All right.
Any more about the hospital, sir?
May I?
Don't.
May I ask you about that?
Wow. And then you got the little munchkin there yakking about wrapping things up again. She's just the worst. Why is she on this trip? Why?
I don't know. She's looking haggard there, too. I don't know what happened on this trip. But
well, she's not wearing a $5,000 outfit, for one thing, right there. That one, I think. Do we have a freeze frame it toward the end?
Yeah.
I think this what she has on is probably only around $2,000 or $3,000.
Oh, how could she barely be seen?
Really,
the beginning of these clips, she was right behind him where she couldn't be seen. She was so embarrassed.
I love the shot with one behind each shoulder. It's so great. So fantastic. But they have to be close by.
Oh yeah,
because there's going to be a meltdown.
Oh yeah,
and they
Jill's
know that.
not there.
Yeah.
Holy cow,
Jeffy, you pulled that clip. Who's the little guy that was asking a question? Is he on a wheelchair, or is he too lazy to get up to talk to the president?
What do you mean? Play it back.
Yeah, play that again.
With the Israelis on the
yeah.
need to get
Oh yeah, look at that. He's like on his knees or something. He's sitting down. Where is he?
This is Air Force One back where the press.
Right.
Yeah, he came back to visit. I'm not getting up.
Getting humanitarian aid.
You're not standing for the President of the United States? All right.
There's other people shooting cameras and stuff. You're blocking the view. I'll just sit here and talk to the man.
Then he wrapped it up, telling him how good it was to talk to him.
Oh, yeah. What a...
we got that. Cut 18.
Are the Israelis operating within the rules of war that you talked about last week being so important?
Good talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Wow. I guess that's none of our business.
Right.
Are they operating within the rules of war? Are they being nice while they're destroying things and killing people? Because we want to make sure that they're doing it in a nice and a loving way.
Good talking to y'all.
Man, the press is so stupid too. They're agonizing, and he's trying to have it both ways here.
He sure is.
He's supporting Israel, sort of, but also the Palestinians.
Yep.
And Hamas. Because
I'm not saying they did it on purpose.
I'm not saying no. Of course, they wouldn't do it on purpose. We all know Hamas they're not that kind of people. Am I right? Unless you're to listen to the son of the founder of Hamas, then you see, they are that kind of people.
Are that kind of people.
On his interview earlier this morning, he suggested some sort of gas attack on Gaza.
He talked about
I think he was talking about chemical warfare.
Oh yeah, he did break it up with saying that we needed to evacuate the young people and the old people, get them out.
Okay,
the Palestinians, because those are not all. Those are still good people.
Well, the Israelis have suggested they leave or die. They've already given that message.
Yeah, he's saying after that, have a nice day. Now he didn't mention anything. He did mention some kind of gas.
He did.
He did.
Which was weird.
Really weird.
What? Wait, what?
I would say white phosphorus, that whole thing.
Okay, would you say that? Would you say white phosphorus? Just cover the place.
Just cover it in white phosphorus.
This white phosphorus thing, we touched on it yesterday and talked about how it's an incendiary device. It causes fire. It's unpleasant. It's like some of the things we dropped on the jungles in Vietnam.
Unpleasant is a good word.
Unpleasant.
Unpleasant.
It's an unpleasant sensation to have white phosphorus dropped on you. And you don't want that in a war.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
And there again, they're not abiding by the rules of war, being nice to people while you kill them and destroy things. The white phosphorus, that's not nice.
But
it's mean.
Right.
It's mean.
I think gas would be too.
And gas is mean too, yeah. And we decided that a long time ago. Like shortly after World War I, we're like, hey, maybe the gas attack is too mean. But let's calm that down.
He started with, and I didn't like them. Let's gas them.
Yeah. The son of the Hamas founder.
That's
interesting
awesome
stuff. But anyway, this white phosphorus thing blew up because of this video they're showing that shows the Israelis supposedly bombing Gaza with white phosphorus. And it clearly is when it explodes, it's white.
That's what Doofus AOC was yapping about.
Yeah,
yesterday.
The white phosphorus. Okay, so that video that inspired all this controversy was not a bomb that came from the Israelis dropped on Gaza. It was from the Russians dropped on Ukraine.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't even the Israel-Palestinian conflict. It was from Ukraine. And people are just trying to make it out like, oh, see how evil these Israelis are? We told you. We're going to have to be really mindful of this going forward.
Yes, we are.
Because people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
And the same with this hospital story. It started
same
out,
thing.
Israelis are bad.
Yep.
But the walk back is like, well,
yeah,
it wasn't Israel.
Right.
It wasn't Israel.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to have to be very mindful of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so keep in mind that when you see these things, it might not be reality. What is being told to you on the internet isn't always true. Yeah, I know.
What?
Shocking information. But I'm going to go out on that limb. I'll die on that hill. Not everything on the internet is true and accurate. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here.
Yep.
On the Blaze Radio Network.
All right. If you're looking for a home, you need a good realtor, right? If you want to sell your home, you really need a good realtor. Somebody who can give you the correct advice on what to do with your home. Do you remodel before you try to sell it? Will you get the money out of the improvements you make? It's really tough. Those are tough decisions. You need a really good realtor who can give you the right advice. Somebody who knows the right neighborhoods where the schools are great. That's what we all want for our kids, right? You want a place where they can meet friends and get a great education and someplace safe. And that's where Real Estate Agents I Trust comes in. We're going to line you up with the best realtor in your area. Only the best with the great track records at Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name really says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray is Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Munch tweets, seems to me we tried this humanitarian stuff in Mogadishu, Somalia back in the 90s. All of it went to the warlords to feed their fighters and get them weapons. That didn't work out so well and ended up getting Americans killed. Yep.
Well, we just didn't do it right.
Yeah, this guy will. You got confidence in that, right?
Yes.
We all have confidence in Joe Biden's ability to get things right. From the pickled squirrel, can we just inaugurate Skynet now? Might as well.
Yeah. I mean, probably would be better, at least for a little while.
Hee-haw the Viking. Israel has offered the two-state solution 5 times. 5. It's been rejected by Palestinians each time. Yeah. How about someone put pressure on them to come up with a solution to make peace with Israel?
Because they always want more.
Stop attacking.
It's never enough.
You know, you got the adage, and I think Golda Meir said it. Benjamin Netanyahu has quoted it over and over and over and over and over. If the Palestinians put down their arms, there would be peace.
Yep.
If the Israelis lay down their arms, there would be no Israel. And that's just true. Is there anybody who disputes that? Maybe the Hamas caucus, led by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, maybe her. Carol remarks...
She knows better, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
they all know.
Maybe I'm giving her too much credit, but...
They know. From Carol remarks, the flooring beneath my feet this morning, because we heard about Joe Biden's flooring and that story he was telling.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
Is cheap government carpeting that they probably charged the people an arm and a leg for. Mm-hmm, indeed. Biden's long-lost train of thought. On foreign policy, always do the opposite of what Biden says. Guaranteed and proven winning strategy.
I mean, I would say that on any policy.
On anything, yeah. Foreign policy, domestic policy, every policy, do the opposite. End rescue repayment. Press. How are we going to get people out of Israel? Biden.
Look, we've got a perfectly good wheel well for them to grab onto on our planes.
See, that's not funny.
No. No, right. No, you're right. There seemed to be laughter afterwards, but you're right. That's just not funny. It's not funny. All right, let's check out the Fat Five with our fat friend Jeffy. I mean PH. That I'm spelling that. Of course.
No, well, this isn't actually the actual Chewing the Fat segment, but that's fine. You can play that. I mean,
we did. We just
Chewing
did.
the Fat. Yeah, we just did it. That's enough. That's fine. You should subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat. And I want to be clear that I was for white phosphorus before I was against white phosphorus. I just wanted to clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm glad you did.
Halloween FYI, M&Ms is coming to the rescue. They just announced its Halloween Rescue Squad, a brand new service that will deliver free Mars candy to your neighborhood in under an hour.
Really?
Now the delivery is free. The M&Ms are free.
Okay.
The Rescue Squad was doing it because they partnered up.
Because look at the way they phrased that. If your candy bowl needs a refill, M&M's Halloween Rescue Squad will deliver free M&M's straight to your door in under an hour. That sounds like, okay, we get them for free.
I know.
That doesn't say free delivery.
Well, it says deliver free.
Will deliver free M&Ms. No, they phrased that
I know.
wrongly.
I think they did.
That could cost them. If anybody wanted to challenge that, I think you got a case.
And I'm considering. I'm considering it. But hey, I think it's kind of. I mean, they have the new M&Ms, the M&M Campfire S'mores that they're trying to promote.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does. And you can. They're giving customers. I don't think a free Peacock, the app Peacock. While supplies last, if you buy Mars candy products,
sort of the NBC offshoot app.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so free candy for and Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
You can write your own jokes. Anyway, another plan would be if you don't want to get M&Ms, and I don't want to speak out of order, but another plan for Halloween would be turn the lights off outside. And enjoy that order of Kexi cookies that you purchased at Kexi.com.
I wholeheartedly support that.
The Halloween slasher sale is still ongoing.
It is, in fact.
Oh, my gosh.
How about that? Which means from now until Monday, you can get free UPS ground shipping on all boxes. So there's still time to get your box in time for Halloween. And there's a limited supply still of cookies from the Halloween box. We sold out of that special thing where you had all of it together, but you can still get some of the cookies. The Monster Cookie, the Mummy Nutella, the Blood Velvet, You can get some Monster trading cards still. And my wife, I think I mentioned this yesterday, has remade the delicious lemon sugar cookie. Oh, my gosh, this thing. You should try it.
All right.
All right. You're willing to sacrifice for the team? Anybody else? I got a bunch of these. So try the lemon.
No one else wants. Just set them off to the side. What are we talking about?
You know that for a fact?
Yeah, nobody else
wants.
Well,
it seems like Chris does.
Yeah,
he's
Chris.
supposed to be running the board, but he's in here getting cookies instead. Yeah.
He's the only one.
I got to tell you, the lemon flavor, you're going to notice it. It's delicious. Keksi.com, KEKSI.com.
All right, we done promoting your stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we're in the Fat Five.
I know.
What are we doing?
Fat Five.
So how much would you pay for an original 20-inch model of an X-Wing starfighter used in the climactic space battle Star Wars?
Ooh,
I know. It was built by Industrial Light and Magic.
I'd probably pay over $100
for A New Hope. Well, you just might be.
Over $100.
You just might get it.
Okay. I'm in the ballpark, right?
It's part of the collection of the late Oscar-nominated model maker Greg Jen.
Yeah. I've got a lot of Greg's
now,
stuff.
Greg actually did die.
Oh, no.
Unlike Salmon.
Are you sure he wasn't just stabbed in the eye?
He did die, yeah. Okay. And since his death, the family's been going through his garage, and they went, "Hey, what's this? Oh, my gosh." And it was the original 20-inch X-Wing starfighter in the garage.
Really?
Yeah. So
I bet they were pretty pleased to find that.
I don't know what else he has in that garage, but this just sold at auction here in Dallas, Texas, by the way, for $3.135 million.
Wow. $3.1 million.
Yeah. I know.
That's a little pricey.
It is. I wouldn't be surprised to see it in this building, though.
Yeah.
Next to R2-D2.
Does it say the name of the person that purchased it?
No.
Yeah, because, I don't know. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
Oof. $3.1 million. If you had that kind of money, is that something?
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
No.
I don't think. I mean, I'd like to have it, but not $3 million worth
I'm
of
not
like to have
$3
it.
million.
No.
Oh, look at that. That was in a movie. Great. Thank you. I don't know. Hey, you do what you want with your money.
Right, exactly.
It's your money. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Who are we?
Good. Who are we?
I'm happy to look at it. Thanks to your purchase. If you put it out, I'm happy to look at it. Thank you. When the U.S. hosts the Summer Olympics in July of 2028, so we have the Summer Olympics in 2028, the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, officially has greenlit cricket, flag football, baseball /softball, lacrosse, and squash for the 2028 Summer Games in Los Angeles. So it's a first for flag football and squash, and a return for cricket and lacrosse. I didn't think they'd ever bring it back. I mean, it debuted more than 100 years ago, and it was so much fun when they debuted it, and they finally brought it back.
Oh, thank goodness. We've all been clamoring for that.
I mean, there's no guarantee it's going to stick around, but like surfing has now become permanent. And, they definitely want cricket in the Olympics. I mean, they're getting broadcasting rights in India for more than $200 million just because of the cricket. They say this in the world, thanks to India, cricket is the second most popular sport in the world.
Get out of here. Yeah, it's just because there's 1.4 billion
maybe that's just India.
People in India, so I guess.
I mean, I guess they want North America to like it too, but good luck.
And their claim is soccer is number one, right? Worldwide.
Yeah.
Please.
So, and of course, we have the flag football, which I saw commercials for during the NFL games. So they're all behind that, which the IOC is happy about. Major League Baseball, I don't think, has given the go-ahead for their players to play on the baseball team, although that's in talk, so we'll see. And karate, this is going to be, you may want to dry your eyes, karate. They introduced that in the 2020 games.
Yeah.
They're not going to. It's not going to be in the.
Oh no! It didn't make the cut. No karate. No. Haven't they done karate for a long time?
I
thought they always did.
I thought so too.
Karate in the Olympic Games.
Apparently, another one that's being dropped after the 2024 Paris Bedbug Games is competitive breakdancing. So you only get that next year.
Competitive breakdancing.
Yeah, you only get that.
Wow, that's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah. And I guess skateboarding stays.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, 2028 can't come fast.
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
But we still have to get through the bedbug games in Paris. So,
next summer.
Yeah. Holy cow, they got to do something with the bedbugs. Okay, Netflix. You know them, you love them. Actually, I don't anymore, I think. We got reports that they were going to raise the prices again after the actor strike, but actually news broke this morning that they are raising their prices again and already have raised their prices again.
To what?
It looks like they're raising it. The U.S. price of the premium ad-free plan.
Okay, ad-free.
They're raising it by another $3 to $22.99.
Oh my gosh! Okay, it's getting ridiculous now.
I know.
You can't keep doing this $3 at a time, especially when you consider that's how everybody's getting their entertainment now. Netflix, Amazon, and something's got to give eventually. It's just Hulu. What else? Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, MGM Plus just got into the game fairly recently.
Peacock. We just talked about that. Yeah.
Everybody's got a streaming
YouTube.
thing.
I mean, it's just amazing.
VidAngel.
Yeah, VidAngel. Yeah.
Can't get enough of that.
No.
So they are also, though, they're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
There was reported that they're getting into the gaming industry. And this is Netflix. And they're planning to open up multiple brick and mortar locations.
I saw that. That's interesting.
So they've rolled out dozens of their cute little pop-up stores in the recent years.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're going to have this thing called Netflix House. Will be a fixed establishment where fans can immerse themselves in the fantasies they just normally consume on the couch.
Did you go to the one in, I think it was here in Grapevine?
I did not.
You did not go?
No.
It was pretty sweet.
That was the Stranger Things.
The Netflix house?
Yeah.
Oh.
They did one right here in Grapevine
the pop-up
at the mall.
Things.
Is it just for Halloween or is it?
Oh no, it was. It was during the summer.
It was for the release.
Yeah.
What they're doing, what these houses will be, is anytime Netflix has a new show, whether it's a movie or one of their episode shows that they think needs promotion, you'll be able to immerse yourself inside that show because it was the release. These Stranger Things pop-up houses were timed with the release of that last season.
Yeah, and then you can visit the town and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. It's everything's expensive in there,
and they're talking about having there's a restaurant experience and all, everything involved. But that'd be great, and maybe I will want to see it because at some point I'm going to stop paying for the streaming service. That's going to happen.
I mean, what is that breaking point for people, I wonder?
It's getting pretty close.
If $22 isn't it, what is? 25, 30? How far are you going to go with this?
We've got to create
Jeez.
I know. They've been pretty lucky that they had content already made prior to the actor strike and some of it isn't that good, but it was fresh content.
Mm-hmm.
So we're okay.
That helps.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
I think that's Disney Plus's problem. They don't have enough new content.
Right. Well,
they're relying too heavily on their standard classics and whatever.
They have to now.
Yeah, they do.
But those are ruined though, because you got the stupid warnings. Oh, tobacco use was. I'm like, I don't care about the tobacco use in the Pinocchio movie.
Tobacco use.
Oh yeah.
Like, calm down. Or like when you watch the other one. Oh, Indians. We really don't. We're not going to call them red faces. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Down.
Yeah. They're not going to. They're just going to get worse. I think Disney. I don't know that they ever go back to the old ways.
No way.
For Disney. They're going to keep getting worse and worse as time progresses.
No way. Yeah.
It's a bigger and bigger attack on our kids.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, if you're ready to boost your testosterone and get your old self back, Nugenix Total T is offering a complimentary bottle when you text 231-231 and enter the keyword unleashed. If you want more energy, you want more power to fight the negative physical effects of aging, this is the way to do it. Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testofen will help you turn back the clock and re-energize your life. Nugenix is the #1 doctor-recommended testosterone boosting brand, and right now you can get that complimentary bottle when you text 231-231, enter the keyword unleashed. My son started using, my oldest son, started using Nugenix, and he just called me the other day telling me how great it works and how much better he feels. He hit 40, and so now he's claiming aches and pains and all that. So, I don't know. That might be in your mind. But he said Nugenix has really, really helped. And that's why it's the number one selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Nugenix Total T can help you re-energize your life and, get your old self back. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Number one doctor-recommended brand by primary care physicians based on an independent survey conducted by IQVIA 2022. So get that complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T by texting 231-231. Enter the keyword unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Kara3022 tweets, waiting on any of the Marxist media mouthpieces to ask Joe or some of the Hamas caucus if they will ask Egypt, Lebanon, or Iran if they will send billions to Gaza,
please,
or take innocent Palestinians into their country. Yeah, keep waiting on that.
Yeah, that's not happening. They've already said no to the refugees.
Many, many times. Don't want the refugees. They don't want to offer them any of their property. I mean, look at them squeezed into the Gaza Strip. It is, there's 2 million people that live in, I think it's, 27 miles long or something, and half of that in width. So those dimensions are really tiny. You can't even spare that much land in Egypt. Give them the Sinai Peninsula. What? Saudi Arabia doesn't have any room?
No, right. This just in.
Nobody has it.
144.9 square miles.
144 square miles, right. But how long and wide is it? Nobody knows what the square miles thing is. Because you can't go 144. Now, it seemed to me that if you say 2 square miles, that means it's 2 miles north and south, right?
Correct.
And 2 miles east and west.
Yes. But it's not, though, is it?
But it's not.
It's not.
Because there's no way that is 144 miles end to end.
Right.
And
side to side?
Side to side.
Yeah.
It's
but
not.
According to this, it is approximately the size of Delaware.
Size of Delaware.
And then if you want
more...
What,
the Gaza Strip?
Yeah. And then approximately twice the size of D.C.
Okay, twice the size of D.C.
And when will that asteroid hit?
One more time?
And when will that asteroid hit?
1949.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Thank you. The deplorable Mr. Jack Wagon tweets, why does Hamas need thousands of rockets? It's not like the deer are driving tanks. Future Biden quote. Except he'd never besmirch Hamas in that way.
No way.
He wouldn't.
No way.
I'm a lickin' butter tweets, the internet is fake? Well, at least I can still believe our daily horoscope. Yes, you can always count on that.
Those are real.
Hippie patriot, and that's all that?
They are.
So the people losing their minds about January 6th are doing their own insurrection, and that's okay? Yes, and thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing. They surrounded the Capitol yesterday, right? The Palestinians. They did. The people who were supporting the Palestinians.
Yes, they did.
From Call It Like I See It, we can finally put to rest the debate over which party is the party of anti-Semitism. Well, yeah, I mean, that should have been settled a long time ago.
Boy, no kidding.
It's just my dream that one day Israel and Jews will realize who their real friends are. And it's not the left. It is the right in this country. How many times does that have to play out and be proven for them?
I don't know.
From Flensburg. Hey, I played cricket. So did my sister. No, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Whatever,
what a waste of time. What an incredible waste of time.
I played jarts too, but I don't want the Olympics, okay?
Used to be the national sport of Denmark before football took the lead. Yeah, well, those are two crappy sports then. I'm sorry, Denmark was so pathetic.
I haven't played jarts in a while either.
Jarts. I don't think they sell those anymore, right? Because somebody got,
I don't know.
got one in the eye and put an eye out.
Yeah, they don't play the metal tips. Yeah, Salman Rushdie was playing and took an eye out, hurt his right hand, and the whole thing went down.
Yep.
So they don't play. They don't sell the ones with the metal tips. I think you can still get the sad weak jart game.
Do they even stick in the lawn anymore? Probably not
no.
without the metal tip.
Yeah.
Jarts.
The metal tips were great, though, man.
Yeah, those are good times.
You could do some good distance on those bad boys.
We weren't quite the sissies we are today.
No, we were not.
Because everybody knew, sure, if you throw that and you throw it at a human, somebody's going to get hurt. Let's just not do that. How about that? How about I don't know, a little thing called personal responsibility.
Don't throw it like that. You're going to put your brother's eye out.
Right.
And so one kid does it and puts his brother's eye out.
And
the rest
ruins
of
it
us
for
have
all
to
of
pay.
us. That's right. As usual.
All right.
Man.
Okay, so we have time. I'll finish up the Fat Five. Chewing the Fat podcast you should subscribe to. Britney Spears trying to hawk her new book and her upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me, revealing that she had an abortion during her relationship with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, wow.
She said the decision had been, if it was up to her, she wouldn't have done it. So
who was it up to?
She was 17. He was 18. They split at 02. She said the pregnancy was a surprise, but not a tragedy. And Timberlake definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. So probably between her folks and Justin, they pulled the plug. So she's still,
wow. So that would have been what? 1997, 98-ish, somewhere in there?
99, 2000, something like that, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
So that's just one of the bombshells you'll be experiencing when you pick up that book, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears.
Looking forward to it.
Man, I got mine on pre-order, so I'm hoping it shows up
Hope it has
soon.
some pictures.
When does it open or debut, or when is it released? Is it tomorrow? Today?
Actually, I don't.
Last week? Next month? I don't know.
Yes. Look for it. Pre-order it.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
So there was another insurrection yesterday. Nobody's calling it that. Well, we are, but a bunch of Palestinian protesters in favor of Palestine and I guess their terrorist activities surrounded the U.S. Capitol building.
Everywhere.
Wow. So
everywhere. It was pretty incredible.
It was the day democracy almost died again. Now for the third time. So
a lot of people were asking
scary.
For many of them to be in a jail cell for months, if not years, and be arrested and being tracked by the FBI.
How many are being arrested and charged with sedition and
I don't think they're being arrested. Right. None of that. I think they did drag.
I think 15 were arrested. I don't know if it was that particular rally, but
and I don't think that they're not going to be charged with insurrection.
Yeah, show us some of the Capitol protesters. It's cut 11, and you'll see the horror.
This is a quick one.
Here.
This is a quick one, and then there's another one that we'll show some more. But this will start us off. This is
they're in the Capitol building.
Inside the Capitol building.
Yelling and screaming.
Yes.
They're not...
Ceasefire!
Well, they're not parading, though, are they? No, they're not parading.
Not.
They're not parading. They're stationary. So I guess that's the difference between a perfectly reasonable and peaceful demonstration as opposed to an insurrection.
I guess
is that what it is?
So
Do I have it?
Here's another. Right. So here's some more of them inside.
All right.
And that's the look outside, front, obviously.
Wow. And of course, now that we killed the 1,500 Israelis, we need that ceasefire right away. Let's get the ceasefire.
Right.
You didn't ask for a ceasefire on the Palestinians. Hey, stop firing, because they do this all the time. It wasn't just now. They do it all the time. I don't even know how many times they've fired rockets into Israel. Why don't you tell them to stop firing, and then there'll be no retaliation? I firmly believe that this time Israel needs to go in and kill every single member of Hamas. There's just, it's unacceptable that this keeps happening to them. They should stop it, stamp it out once and for all. Be done with these people. Be done with the Hamas organization.
End this.
Yeah.
Now.
Finish it.
Don't pause. And I know they're concerned about all their, other fronts, which is why they paused their incursion this weekend.
Because Iran said they'll come in, they'll invade Israel if Israel goes into the Gaza Strip. So that's giving them pause. And Biden is over there yakking at them.
Yes, Biden's
trying to give them pause on that. What's your end game? I don't know. What's your end game in Ukraine? How about you define that?
Right.
What's your end game?
Well, sir, go as long as it takes.
What if Israel were to tell him that same thing? I'll bet you Benjamin Netanyahu probably did. Said, we're going to do this as long as it takes, Mr. President. You've got what, Chris?
I got the list of how many times Israel's been attacked by rockets.
Oh, okay.
So
how many times?
In May alone, between the 10th of May and 18th of May, 4,300 rockets were fired towards.
That's just
in May.
Alone, just in May.
Yeah. Long before this.
Hold up. That was May 18 of 2021.
Okay.
May 21st
2021.
Of 2021, 4,000 rockets.
Okay,
so in
we're
May
not talking
alone,
about history, ancient history.
Yeah, how old were you in 2021? Come on. And 2022. I think I was 4.
And then since the war has begun, according to the Googles, it's been 450 rockets.
Well, they fired more than 5,000 on the first day.
That's what I thought too. So
yeah, that's what the figure was over and over.
So whatever site you're looking at is a Palestinian apologist.
That's right. Yes. So
that's
completely
what's happening.
Delegitimized.
I mean, that may have been in an hour or something. It's incredible the amount of and we see. They showed us, right, the one soldier showed us the stash that they found and claimed that it was 20% of what they had used, not necessarily all of what Hamas had.
Right.
He worded that weird. Like it was.
Yes, it was weird.
Just a small amount.
Worded weirdly.
But anyway, we're back, and then we had the protest. But this shot here, Cut 13, is both inside and out again.
Okay.
Pretty incredible the amount of people that were there protesting. Ceasefire. And these are the people that should be arrested.
Look at this.
I will say these people are not parading or milling.
And what are they chanting? I don't even know. I don't know what they're saying.
The protesters chanting. A lot of those are Jewish people there too, which is incredible in and of itself.
That's a pretty big crowd too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is the shame thing. Shame on you, morons. It's despicable.
Right.
It's despicable that they are supporting these actions against Israel. Yeah. Who are the anti-Semites? I mean, it's proven every day. And I don't know. Will the Anti-Defamation League ever wake up to it? Will ever understand it? No, I don't think so. Probably not. But I don't understand it. Here's a country that is, a free country, a country that shares a lot of our values and goals and aspirations for life, in a country that tries to produce something, make something of themselves, and they're the ones that are the bad guy. And every time they're attacked, it's the same thing. How dare you attack them back?
Right.
How dare you?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we should just sit here and take it. 5,000 rockets launched into our country in one day. Would we sit here and take it if Mexico was doing that? Or Canada? I mean, neither of those countries have 5,000 rockets. But, let's say the Palestinians, Hamas, let them borrow some. And they started launching. Wouldn't we want to retaliate and put a stop to it and launch a ground war to try to root out those people who are responsible for it? You bet we would.
Yes, absolutely. I was reading one story here. I guess nobody even there knew what they were chanting because it just says chants rang out. So, okay. All right.
Yeah, all right.
They were mad.
Good. I'm sure whatever it was, it rhymed. And that's the important
part. Yes, that's why I was hoping to find what they were actually saying.
Me too. I love it. I love it when they rhyme.
I guess it was just ceasefire.
Ho, ho, time for you to go.
I think it was just ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
I bet that's probably right. That would make sense. Yeah. Rashida Tlaib, part of the Hamas caucus.
You know where you love her.
Had some things to say. She's pissed off at Joe Biden right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she's out there letting people know that it's not a threat. It's not a threat.
What's not a threat?
Kind of sounded like a threat.
All right, let's see.
And to my president, to our president. Yes, he's still on. Well, hold on.
Hold on.
I know. I want him to know, as a Palestinian American, is also somebody of Muslim faith. I'm not going to forget this. And I think a lot of people are not going to forget this.
That's scary.
And it's not a threat. It isn't. They think we're joking. I mean, I think the White House and everyone
thinks... I really don't care if you're joking.
That we're just going to sit back and let this just continue to happen. No. The fact of the matter is, our lives are not safe with you or the former peach president. When are we going to feel safe? When are we going to stop funding continued, literally, oppression of indigenous communities?
You'll feel safe when Hamas stops bombing Israel. Because as soon as they lay down their arms, this thing's over.
It's over.
There will be peace. That's when you'll feel safe. Put the pressure on Hamas. How about that? And by the way, Hamas does represent the Palestinian people.
Yes.
They elected them. And why does Rashida Tlaib not feel safe? Is someone attacking her where she lives? No, they're not.
She probably got a mean tweet or something.
Oh, she might have. She might have received one because the right is just so vicious.
MAGA.
A strongly worded tweet came to her. Oh, boy. Look out. All right, let's see the rest of what she had to say. Rambling nonsense.
When are we going to say enough?
Big crowd, though.
It makes me angry to have to say, but I'm telling you, I'm talking to people that literally are like me. They literally believed in this party that was supposed to be inclusive of all of our opinions and our views and our political stance and all of these things. But what is starting to get really, really, really clear and very loud is that somehow many of us in this room, because of our political opinions, because maybe our faith is a certain faith, maybe because our ethnicity is a certain ethnicity, that somehow we're subhuman.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I am really tiring of all of that.
Oh, gosh, she is terrible. That's amazing.
It is.
It really leaves you speechless.
It does.
And again, will the Jews in this country and in Israel realize these people are not their friends?
Because many of those people protesting in the Capitol were Jews.
Yeah. The other thing is, you remember the Jewish organizations that all jumped into the ring for Black Lives Matter back in those days in 2020 when the riots were happening?
Yeah, we're all for it.
About supporting BLM. Yes. Man, they loved them. If you just flash back to the year 2020 when they were instigating chaos and destruction in cities all across the country, protesters walked through the streets, allegedly angry about the death of George Floyd in police custody. Rioters and looters devastated communities nationwide.
The Summer of Love.
Yeah, right. That's right. During the Summer of Love, there was a comment by Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin to describe that year's rioting, looting, chaos, and destruction. Many Jewish politicians and organizations expressed solidarity with BLM, supported their goals and objectives. And if you went to their website and looked over their goals and objectives, it was pretty interesting. Those goals and objectives included the destruction of the Western family unit. Oh, that's interesting. And you support that? They repeated many of the myths and lies BLM told about the systemic racism in police shootings. They donated money by the millions to BLM fundraising efforts and helped promote the organization in prestigious media outlets. In a lot of ways, they helped facilitate BLM's rise to prominence. And now here it is, 2023. BLM is embroiled in all kinds of scandals. And how did BLM repay its Jewish supporters? By coming out and publicly supporting Gaza and Hamas in the conflict. So I wonder if all of these organizations, this article says there's more than 600 Jewish groups that helped publish a full-page ad in the New York Times declaring their support for BLM and advancing their radical narratives. Among those who signed include ardently Zionist mainstream organizations like the Anti-Defamation League and Jewish Federations of North America, local chapters. They said, "We are Jewish organizations and synagogues from across the racial and political spectrum, from different streams of Judaism, whose members trace their lineage from countries around the world. We speak with one voice when we say unequivocally, Black Lives Matter." Is that beautiful? That is beautiful.
That wasn't the word I was thinking.
But. So Black Lives Matter, the BLM group, just turned around and stabbed them right in the back by supporting the Palestinians in this conflict. I mean, what does it take? What does it take to wake people up and help you realize and understand who your friends are? I don't know. Yep. I don't know what it's going to take. So instead, let me take 60 seconds to tell you about the best wholesale land value in the state of Texas right now. It's never before offered prime Texas acreage. This coming Saturday, the new section grand opening of prime Texas properties at wholesale prices. You can get a brand new lake access barn dominium ready for your finishing touches on 6+ acres. 6 acres, $119,900. Or 3 10-acre Lakeview estates, priced to sell in one day from only $49,900. Limited availability. Don't miss out on this. Just one-day sale on Saturday. You can own 2+ acres of direct dockable lakefront on a trophy bass lake for only $59,900. It's just minutes to town for shopping and dining when you need and want that. And the properties are all serviced by gated entrance, paved roads, utilities, and high-speed internet. So if you want, you can work from home. Multi-million-dollar clubhouse, equestrian center, and resort-style pool exclusively for owners. So give them a call, 765-LAKE NOW, for this new section grand opening. Buy directly from the developer this Saturday, and you'll save thousands. Call 765-LAKE NOW. That's 765-525-3669 or online at texaslanddeal.com. That's txlanddeal.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Want something that'll make you a little happy?
Yes, I'd love to hear something that'll make me happy.
Okay, Greta Thunberg was arrested once again.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Wow.
She's 20 now.
She's really putting herself out there on the line, isn't she?
She is.
We saw the last time how brutal the police were with her when they arrested her.
I know. She was arrested.
It's all set up.
While protesting
an
oil and gas conference at a luxury hotel.
Oh, jeez.
So she was disrupting hotel and guests, and she was arrested.
Oh, no.
I will say, that was in London. But in France, they were building this new Catholic religious center, and there were climate extremists there trying to stop the construction.
Oh.
And a nun was having none of it.
Yeah, get it?
None of it. Thank you. Thank you.
So a nun, N-U-N, was having none, N-O-N-E, of it.
Thank you.
Wow,
thank you.
That's powerful.
There's the clip of her.
All right, let's see the nun.
None of it. Look at these climate. I mean, they're just destroying property.
And that's okay.
They're destroying property.
But that's okay. Because, they're making a point, Jeffy. They're making a point. So, yeah, and the point is that, the Earth is being destroyed by CO2.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, look at that again. Watch this nun go after this guy. This grown man. She takes him down.
Yes, she does.
Watch this. This is fun. That's really something.
Very maddening.
That is something.
Maddening that these protesters could just come in and
they get away with it
every
time.
Because they're upset about the climate.
They get away with it every time. How is that helping?
I don't know.
It's not. Is that winning anybody to your side of the argument? It's not. And we all know it. Why do they keep doing it?
For some reason, they believe that it is.
It makes people dislike you and reject your cause. It doesn't think, hey, yeah, they're destroying things and getting in my way, and they're making my life more inconvenient. I'm all about their cause now. Who does that? No one. No one does that. Spoiler alert. No one does that. Wow. We were, before the show began, we were talking about Matt Gaetz because what was the deal with Matt?
Oh, yeah, because someone had posted a new tweet. I was just laughing about it on my timeline that Matt Gaetz, a legend because of this. And they posted a clip of an interview that happened, and it happened a while ago. I don't remember the exact
and we played it at the time.
Yeah.
But it deserves...
But it was just being a reminder on my timeline this morning of Matt Gaetz, legend.
Now, this is the guy who took down Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
He's done some ballsy things. He's got some giblets. And a lot of people don't like him. They think he's a radical. They think he makes too much noise. They think he's all about him. But
which may be true.
Maybe. I don't know. But I like a lot of what he does. And he does have some guts. And that's what it's going to take to fix this country, is people to stand up and really defend what they believe in.
Yes.
Say what you mean what you say, and then stick by it. And don't start equivocating once somebody says something mean about you on Twitter. Oh, no, I didn't mean what I said. I'm so sorry. You know what? I've had time to reflect on my thoughts, and what I've decided is that I misspoke. And I said some things out of anger and haste that I shouldn't have said, and that's not me. That doesn't represent who I am. Well, he was asked about some comments he made. I love this. Remember this?
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
That game. Legend.
How great. That is legendary. Seriously, it is. He said what he meant what he said, and he stood by it.
The reporter was not unhappy about that, man.
Are you inferring? You're inferring that that some of these women who are protesting against the pro-life people are ugly and overweight? Yes. Yes, I am. I mean, nobody does that. Nobody stands up for themselves like that.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Ugly.
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
And I love her response at the end.
I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, that's what you're absolutely right. That's what we want, at least stand
by it.
What you say.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, that's our guy from the African country, the African leader. Where he's, I mean, look, what he says, Uganda. I disagree with Uganda. I disagree with completely. Yeah, right. But his belief is, are you saying that?
But I mean, listen to him stand up for what he.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they are disgusting.
I mean,
I know.
That's not loving. That's not nice. That's not inclusive.
No,
it's not any of the things that we expect everybody to be, but he at least stands by what he believes and expresses himself honestly.
It doesn't try to bend the, no, I didn't really.
No, I didn't really say that. I didn't really mean that. It was in a fit of anger, and I misspoke. You were misunderstood.
Nope.
Of course.
Do you personally dislike homosexuals?
Of course, they are disgusting.
If that person was in an elected office in this country or really any other country in the West, he's
he's
gone.
He's told the
canceled.
United States to take a hike numerous times.
Yeah, he has. And good for him, because we shouldn't be meddling in everybody's affairs anymore. Can we stop with that? Is there ever a time when we'll say, okay, we've had enough meddling.
Stop with the meddling.
Stop with the meddling. We're gonna butt out of your affairs. How about that? That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Of course.
Of course.
They're disgusting.
All right. We're all out of time, but we do have overtime coming up. And then we'll finish off the week together tomorrow here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.